And happy Wednesday, everyone. My name is meteorologist Heather Kay, and it's time for our daily hail forecast. Thank you all to our sponsors. I know I'm going to miss one. We got Atlas, we got Merlin, we got Premier Claims, as well as American Contractor Show. Thank you guys for sponsoring, as always. So let's get right into our weather headlines. So we do have a 4-star hail map to review from yesterday's activity in Texas, and then getting into today's forecast, more of the same, basically another chance to see some more hail in Texas, where we will show you that as well. And then in addition to that severe weather, we are continuing to see some very heavy rain across portions of Oklahoma and Texas, and that's going to be continuing into the next few days. So over the last 24 hours, we've seen a lot of not just hail reports, but wind reports as well. So yesterday morning, we started out the morning with some severe weather, some strong gusty winds, as well as some scattered hail reports here from parts of southwestern Missouri, northeastern Oklahoma. We did have some very strong winds move through the Springfield area, and then as we continue through the afternoon, that activity moved across southern Missouri. Some more storms here in parts of Indiana, and more heavy rain in Oklahoma developing as we got into the afternoon hours. And then around dinner time, we started to see some hail activity in western Texas. Lubbock, you got some large hail, at least 2 inches in diameter. And then as we continue through the evening, some more scattered hail activity happened here. We got some reports up to 5-inch hail again yesterday, but that very large hail happened in some rural areas. So, but other than that, just some very heavy rain again developing across Oklahoma, dealing with some flash flooding here in the state, and then just some more thunderstorms here, dropping some more large hail across parts of Texas, and then that heavy rain moved once again through Oklahoma as we got into this morning, and it's still raining a bit as we are speaking. And then getting up into the northern part of the U.S., we had some storms once again, like I mentioned, in Missouri, get into Indiana. As we continued into the afternoon, we saw some strong winds developing Cincinnati points north, and then those storms push off to the east, and you can see this very large swath of severe wind reports here. Pittsburgh, anywhere from 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts happened with these, and then some more wind reports here up into New York, and then even more strong wind gusts here from, once again, Cincinnati down into Kentucky. If I get out of the way here, those winds that impacted Pittsburgh pushed off to the east, and then as they entered eastern Pennsylvania and southeastern New York, they started to die off a bit. But we did see some more strong wind gusts here in West Virginia. So quite a busy day yesterday, not just in terms of hail, but also severe winds across a few parts of the U.S. So what's going on right now? So we do have a low pressure system in southeastern Oklahoma, North Texas, and a stalled out front here from basically parts of Maryland down into the Ohio Valley, down into southern Oklahoma and through central Texas. So this is the big rainmaker as well as the severe weather producer. A lot of heavy rain still falling with this, as well as some severe weather going on. So we're going to zoom right on into this area. You can see that there is this yellow shaded box for southeastern Oklahoma down into western Arkansas, down into parts of Texas. This is a tornado watch that's going to be in effect until 5 p.m. Central Time. And you can see this line of storms here pushing it through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Unfortunately for you roofers in the DFW region, this is going to kind of limit our chances for hail as we continue through the rest of the day today. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news. So zooming a bit out taking a look at parts of Missouri and into Illinois, we can see some moderately heavy rain falling here. St. Louis, though, we're seeing some clearing, so we could see the potential for severe weather for you guys as we go into this afternoon and evening as we get some recovery happening there. And then we have some rain across parts of the northern plains and some snow falling in those higher elevations in Wyoming. So taking a look out now at our temperatures, you can see it where that front is stalled out. Nice and toasty here, 82 in Atlanta, as well as down in Miami. You go north of that front, though, temperatures drop into the upper 50s to low 60s. 58 here in Oklahoma City, 60 in Dallas, 63 in Kansas City, and you can see those cooler temperatures across the northern part of the U.S. here. And you can see even some cooler temperatures where that snow is falling in those. They were not, too cool, but it's cool enough along with that rain where it's not a very nice day here, especially here in Oklahoma, where it's just been a mess for the last few days. So I mentioned that Lubbock got a storm yesterday. There's some other little cities that got hit too, but Lubbock was the main one. We had a 4-star map out of this. So let's take a look at some of those details. If I step out of the way here, the map name is Lubbock, Seymour, Fort Stockton. The largest hail was up to 5 inches in diameter. Again, this large hail up to that size was pretty rural in nature, but we did see up to 2-inch hail here that went through parts of Lubbock. And in terms of the amounts of homes impacted, almost 75,000 in terms of quarter-size hail or larger. You can see all these swaths here, just zooming out from basically Lubbock all the way to just north of San Angelo, eastward to the Wichita Falls region. So again, that map is on our site for you to purchase. If you're a subscriber to our program, you should already have access to that. So I mentioned the rain. Take a look at this. So over the last 24 hours, we have had a ton of rain here in Oklahoma. These colors here, anywhere from 4 to 5, even 6 inches here south of Oklahoma City, and even near the border of Oklahoma and Texas. So a lot of rain, and we're continuing to see that rain, and we're going to unfortunately see more of that as we get into the next few days. So let's take a look at our future radar. Again, the storms happening right now in the Dallas area. Those will continue to push off to the east. Rain just to the north of St. Louis. And as we continue through the rest of this afternoon, those storms will move east, impacting areas such as Little Rock, maybe as far south as Shreveport. We will keep an eye on you guys in the Dallas area for any recovery of the atmosphere, but the chances of hail are unfortunately pretty low. But you can see some more storms firing up here in the panhandle of Texas as we get into this evening. So Lubbock, you have another chance to see that hail today, and then you can see some more storms trying to fire up and move into St. Louis as we get later on into this evening. And just a lot of rain here pushing off into Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana as we get into the overnight hours here. And then as we get into daybreak, just slowly moving to the east. So just like here in Oklahoma and Texas, it looks like some very heavy rain will be falling here in the south. So here is our significant hail model. You can see that unfortunately those bright colors are not showing up in areas such as Dallas, but they are showing up in the panhandle of Texas. So again, Lubbock down to as far south as Midland, all the way down to as far south as potentially San Antonio. We'll be watching for that hail later on this afternoon. In St. Louis, we could see some large hail for you guys as well. And then as we go into the evening, you can see those colors starting to ramp up a bit around St. Louis, pushing off to the east in the panhandle of Texas. And yeah, I'm sorry, Dallas people. Just you can see that there's really nothing significant showing up for you guys as we get into the rest of this evening and into the overnight hours. So here is our hail forecast for today. Again, I'm being kind of generous. Dallas, you guys earlier were in a higher risk for hail. It was actually hatched, so there's a decent chance, but that rain moving through is just messing up the atmosphere for you guys. But, if we could, you never know what Mother Nature can do. We could maybe see some recovery, but again, a very low chance for hail for you guys. The better chance will be here in Lubbock, where we could see up to 2-inch hail, and then even, I think, a higher chance to see hail east of you guys. So a low-end chance for Midland, again, a moderate chance for you guys in Lubbock. Moving off to the northeast, a moderate chance to see hail here in Louisville, as well as into St. Louis, where ping pong or golf ball size hail is possible there, as well as a low-end chance to see hail in Springfield and down into Little Rock. Now, in terms of our max hail size, again, today I think we could see anywhere from 2 to 2.5 inch hail in that red shaded region that I just showed you. And in terms of our wind forecast, again, Louisville, Springfield, a low-end chance to see some severe winds, higher chance from Little Rock all the way down to the Shreveport area, and a low-end chance here in Dallas. Those storms are starting to move through the area right now and should be ending within the next hour or two. So those chances should be dying down. Midland, we have a moderate chance for severe winds for you and a low-end chance there in San Antonio. And we could even see a gusty storm or two there in parts of Virginia and far northeastern North Carolina. If I come here and zoom out of the way here, or get out of the way, you can see this small area here in parts of the east. And of course, the computer wants to do its own thing. There we go. So in terms of our tornado forecast, again, I think it's starting to wind down here in Dallas. The best chance is going to be east of you guys into the northeastern part of the state and far southeastern Oklahoma, getting into parts of western Arkansas. So low-end chance for you guys in Austin, a moderate chance here to see a tornado possibly in Little Rock, and then up as we go northeast into St. Louis and in Louisville. So again, Dallas, you guys should start to see some quieter weather as we go into the next few hours. But if you guys are in northeastern Texas, make sure that you guys are ready to go if a storm is tornado warned to take shelter. Again, there is a tornado watch out here for that region until 5 p.m. Central Time. So let's take a look at some other things here. If my computer likes me, there we go. So this is getting into tomorrow. That risk will be pushing off to the east a bit as that front slowly moves off to the east. So could see some showers here as we get into the afternoon. And then you can start to see some scattered storms firing basically from the northeast all the way down to parts of Kentucky, Texas, Louisiana, and those will continue to fire up as we go through the rest of the evening tomorrow. Heavier rain developing in the northeast as we get into later on in the evening, and then here we go again, more heavy rain here in parts of Kansas into Oklahoma, and we're going to zoom in a bit here. Some storms may fire up once again in central Oklahoma and bring us some more very needed, sarcasm, heavy rain. We've already seen way too much rain, and unfortunately Mother Nature's like, but wait, there's more. And we can even see some potentially severe weather as we get into early Friday morning. This is stopping it at 3 a.m. Central Time. So it's going to be another stormy day potentially as we get into our Friday from Oklahoma into Arkansas. So just a heads up for that. So here's tomorrow's hail forecast. Again, a pretty wide area, anywhere from $1 to $1/2 size hail. I'm keeping hail sizes on the lower end right now just to see what happens with our atmosphere as we get into the next 24 hours. But basically, most of Texas, Amarillo, Wichita Falls, even here in Dallas, down in San Antonio, eastward into Louisiana, so Shreveport, northward into Little Rock, and then moving off into the northeast. I mean, just a very large area here where we can see anywhere from $1 to $half size hail. So Nashville up to Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, and once again into Pittsburgh, that large hail will be possible. And I mean, we don't have a $half thing on here, so I just marked up to a ping pong ball. I mean, it's not out of the question, but yeah, I'm keeping those hail sizes smaller for now. So lots going on. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, as well as our TikTok page. Hit see first on our Facebook page so you don't miss any of our live videos. And yes, I have been noticing that I'm like a ghost. I can see myself. And this is a black shirt. Guess these new lights don't like me, but whatever. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com and check out our websites at www.hailtrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday.